Imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Chiefs going up against the Steelers. So with that, let's get you out to the stadium. Standing by tonight are our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They're led onto the field by a man who needs no introduction, Ben Roethlisberger.
An absolute prototype for what you draw up as a big, strong quarterback that has to stay in the pocket and make big throws with people all around him and even hanging on him, and still has that type of strength to get the ball downfield. Ben Roethlisberger, an absolute rock in the pocket, but he also can escape and make big plays that way as well.
A gain of 3, second down.
I go all the way back to college with Le'Veon Bell, one of the better body transformations I've seen, from a big, thick power back to the guy we see now who can do everything.
And 2 years ago, of course, last year the injury, but 2 years ago over 1,300 yards. I think they think he can top that this year.
I don't think there's any question about it.
On second down, it's Bell. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Roethlisberger, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The 5-time Pro Bowler, Tom Mahali, in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Jamal Charles back from the torn ACL. He gets the call here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run.
As Jamal Charles plays here in 2016, I think 5 was the operative number for him. 5 1,000-yard years before last season, but only 5 games played in 2015.
For the current Chiefs all-time, no chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Ryan Shazier coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Throwing on third down, Smith looking deep downfield. This is intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On third down, Roethlisberger. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Now Roethlisberger. Going to throw right side here, complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game, and I think they have to be happy with the result. What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And connection number 1 there on the game, Roethlisberger to Boney Tony. Antonio Brown, that's what his high school teammates used to call him.
I wonder what they would call him now.
More muscular, more successful Boney Tony Brown, right?
I'd say you're probably right. It may be all of that. They'll still call him Boney Tony, but Ben Roethlisberger calls it my number 1 target.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Time running out here on the play clock. Roethlisberger will throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Roethlisberger looking to throw. That's caught. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Steelers defense, we watch them get set to go. Now the interception for them the last time, and that turned into 6 points.
You think during their break they reminded the offense that, hey, we helped you guys out a little bit,
yeah.
right? You know, they want to see if they can do it again for them. They're putting together an entire team game by how they're playing on defense.
So the interception the last drive, what will happen here?
And there's a completion to Travis Kelce. I think he's starting to come into his own as a tight end and as a player, and that makes his quarterback, Alex Smith, really happy.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed it. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
A gain of 13 and also a first down. On first down, Smith. Looking left side, that's caught by Macklin. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Under.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he'll go right back to Macklin. It's complete again. A gain of 6 there on first. Smith throwing again. Looking for Macklin, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
And as a defender, if you come with 2 interceptions in a game, that's pretty rare in the NFL. You might see one guy a weekend do that. But to have 2 in the first quarter, that's something you don't see all that often. I have a feeling they'll think twice about throwing in his direction too often.
And now out come the Steelers. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one.
There he goes right side. 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Josh Huff, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
And now here comes Kansas City. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 38-year-old veteran, how does he do it? James Harrison in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Here's Smith now on second down. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, first and goal.
Well, Parker, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Antonio Brown, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
On second down, Roethlisberger. And he floated one out there, incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. Now it's Roethlisberger. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
So the defense forces a 3-and-out, but they got some help along the way. They threw it on first down, and when they were unsuccessful, it became 2nd and long. Didn't get it again on another pass. Went 3rd and long, and they almost had to put it in the air. They may want to rethink some strategy going forward.
They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Catch made right side by Wilson. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Smith, he's got the hook up with Conley. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Bud Dupree in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
Taken in at the 22. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Their dangerous wide receiver, 78 yards. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
And as soon as they hand a rookie his playbook, they say you better make your mark on special teams if you want to hang around. I'd say returning one for a touchdown will definitely leave a memory.
Yeah, that's a pretty indelible mark here early on in his career. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Free kick out of bounds, kicking team.
And the kickoff sails out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty.
You can see the looks on the faces of the rest of the team. You have one job to do. Just kick the ball and play.
Well, that's exactly right, Charles. The kicker, and this is just inexcusable.
Absolutely inexcusable. Everyone out there slugging it out for the entire game. Execute your job.
Smith now to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. James Harrison from his outside linebacker spot. He comes up to drop him for a loss of 10. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work. On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. A great read, and it's picked off. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
These two, go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. A beautiful fake. And out come the Chiefs now. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline? Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. He was trying to get it off to Jamal Charles there. And it's 3rd down.
And there was a good opportunity, just went awry there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Chris Conley, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Jamal Charles. And he lost the football. Charles loses it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now it's Roethlisberger.
Let's give some credit.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's the sackmaster, Justin Houston, who comes up with it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next? And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. James Harrison in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
Throwing is Smith. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Play fake for Charles. Now Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. Jeremy Maclin, the intended receiver. And it brings up 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
They'll look to set up his blockers. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here. 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Roethlisberger. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.